Hi everyone. Can't do a live. My Facebook won't let me. Don't know. So I'm recording it yet again. Never mind. Still getting my point out there. And I thought I'd come out today and blow some cobwebs away, because I do actually feel like I have been locked away. All for good though. Positive. However, I'm ready now to start coming out. I'm in the park. I'm in Avery Hill Park. I've walked halfway round. I've seen an empty bench, and I just thought I'd do my live video. So today I am doing regarding not loving an addict. Sorry, love addiction. There is such a thing. It's quite worrying, really, because it's not recognised. So, are you addicted to love? Being a love addict comes from painful child experiences, and when you are addicted to love, you focus too much time and energy on the object of desire. So that's the person you desire, the person you fancy, the person you want to be with. You start focusing on them entirely. And love addicts have a fantasy of being rescued by their loved ones, and often believe that this person can make them okay. No one can make you okay other than you. It is up to you to work on you. No one else can save you. Only you can save you. And they have a high opinion of the object and a low one of themselves. So they're chasing constantly and looking for something to concentrate on rather than themselves. And because of this, love addicts pour too much time and energy into their relationships while neglecting their own well-being, family, friendships, and even carers. So, as I said, they focus too much on other things, the other thing that they desire or the other thing that they're chasing, to deflect the true thing that's going on within themselves. Love addiction is not classified as an official diagnosis. However, it is real. It has some same characteristics and cycles as other addictions. So you become consumed by that person that is a love addict, especially if you're in a relationship with them. Then again, it all becomes about them and their needs. If you can understand this, it may shed light on problematic relationship patterns. So if you're constantly ending up with the same relationships and breaking up and not getting to the root of the problem, then this is why. Because you're in the same pattern and you're not dealing with what's going on within inside you. And it all stems from childhood. Obviously, it comes from childhood, as a lot of other addictions do, from stuff that's gone on in the past that you haven't dealt with, that needs dealing with. However, if you can understand it, then you can start to try moving on and dealing with it, and get start changing the way you are with different relationships, even not just partners, but even if somebody's a love addict, they can even be overwhelming with their children. Like you hear about these people that like sons say, "Oh, my mum don't leave me alone, she's constantly on my case." Yeah, we all love our children, but there's a boundary, there's a line, there's a boundary. You have to set boundaries. You have to know when enough is enough. You have to know when to step back, let them get on with their lives, and they will always be there. They'll always come to you. Sorry, there's some people going past on a bike. So yeah, and so it comes from childhood. It's a history of abandonment, neglect, inadequate nurturing, and love addiction is a result of insecure attachment patterns. These are developed in the first 18 months of life. So if you're born and you're not nurtured and soothed and taken care of, then in those first 18 months, then it resonates with you, and it buries itself and it stays there, and that will show itself later in life. And so you don't know it's there till you start in relationships. It is a hard one, but when you do know that you're chasing and just wanting to give your all and everything and neglecting everything else and everyone around you, then it's time to make a change. So what types of partners do love addicts choose? There's one for you. So a love addict will unconsciously, so without knowing, automatically look for a partner who avoids intimacy. There's something for you. It's a bit windy now, it's quite nice. So love avoidance, as they are called, consciously, knowingly fear intimacy because they believe that they will be drained, engulfed, controlled by it, by the love. Often these people were all those feelings, often the people that are the love avoidance, when they were younger, when they were child, they were smothered, basically. So they were engulfed. They did have all the love, but too much. So they go the other way. So they often don't show this in the beginning of a relationship. The love avoidant may be the one that comes on strong in the beginning and does the wooing. So basically they go for you, get you, and then as the relationship progresses, their fear of intimacy is heightened and they begin to push their partner away. Okay, is it starting to come together now? So essentially, love addicts are attracted to people that can't meet their needs, even though they feel they want a close relationship. They unconsciously choose partners that avoid closeness. So, the initial stage, I'm going to read this now. The initial stage of attraction, both partners are very drawn to one another. As they get involved, the love addict forms a fantasy of being rescued. At the same time, their partner begins to put up walls to avoid real intimacy. The love addict becomes imbued with a fantasy and is blind to real flaws in the relationship and in their partner. The relationship becomes the centre of their universe and they start to think about it innocently. Meanwhile, their avoidant partners begin to pull away more